My God, I hope the pilot isn't hurt.
Hello and welcome to Journey to the Center of the Earth. This is Frogware's second ever release. Frogwares are probably more famous for their Sherlock Holmes franchise. This was during a period, well, this game was during a period where they were plundering some of the public domain's works in order to adapt them into games. This game is loosely based on the novel of the same name. Now, I've heard mixed reviews about this game, but this is my first time playing through it in full. So we are probably on a journey of discovery through this. I'd like to reserve my judgments, but my early impressions, well, we'll go for it and you can see for yourself. Now, we are here with virtually no context. All that we know is that we have landed somewhere. We are into photography. And this helicopter is now a wreckage. And our main character has no sense of urgency either, so let's move her there ourselves. The cockpit looks rather rocky right now.
The helicopter door is closed.
It is. We do have icons to indicate where things are in the game world in which we can interact with, but there are no prompts to say what they are. But I'm guessing this is a helicopter blade. Our inventory holds a camera as well as our newly acquired blade. We can use items in the inventory, but the camera cannot be used just yet. We can also combine objects as well, but that will come up later. There is no indication whether we have checked to see whether the pilot is still alive or not. We're just going to plunder the back area. There are some objects which we can pick up. And we can also interact with a couple more of these objects that are currently in our inventory. Let's unpack this bag. Screwdriver, warm gloves, which we can wear. A lighter which has no use right now. And an empty flask. And newly acquired laptop is rather empty. There are no documents. The encyclopedia entries are also empty. No mail and no photos, which is quite unusual. Unless it's brand new. There are two more objects on the inventory in which we can interact with. But there are no hints of what to do, because when we click on them, nothing happens. No descriptions, no kind of hints, no nothing. But to get these wires, we need to cut them free. And this first aid kit, first aid kits are quite well known for being easily accessible. But for some reason we need to unscrew it from the wall before we can open it. So we have some cleaning solution, adhesive plaster, bandages, and aspirin. Alright, let's move onwards.
Well, I don't think this accident is going to be the scoop of my life.
Probably not, but before we can move on, we do need to contact someone to let them know what's happened and where we are. For some reason as well, we cannot do it just here. We have to go west for some reason.
I should tell my office about the accident.
This is rather a scenic view, but to access the ability to even tell someone we're here, we need to be at this nice location. This is an urgent SOS. I'm stranded on Snaffell's volcano in Iceland. A helicopter has been severely damaged by rockfall. It's an absolute wreckage. I don't think it could be salvaged. I'm fine, but my pilot is missing. I'm going to try to find help. Ariane. I mean, if the pilot is not dead and purely missing, then I'm going to assume that the pilot went down the tunnel that was here, which is now currently blocked by that massive boulder. This starting area is relatively small. There are prompts to move out the screen here, but this just brings us back to where the helicopter is.
There might be a way out over there.
There might be, and again, there is no hints on how to proceed. We do have rope. We do have a knife. But the way through is to use the helicopter blade.
I can't leave just yet.
Why not? Did I actually send that? No, I didn't. Okay, now we can leave. So that just proves that you actually need to go to that vista over the way in order to actually access the mail system, which is quite strange.
It's so dark in here.
Okay, let's move on.
So, you finally woke up.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Adam Coverlier.
But where am I? I was on the volcano. I took a fall. This place looks so different.
Welcome. You are beneath Snaefell Volcano. You are one of the privileged few of your race to gain entry to the secret beach.
I don't understand. What's this place called?
The First Camp.
My name is Ariane. I'm a photojournalist for Horizons magazine. I had an accident. Is there a place around here where I can phone for help?
Not that I know of, except Askiam. You see, I've been holding up in seclusion for years now, so I don't quite know what to tell you.
You live on this beach?
No, I was looking for something here. Actually, I need help too.
Have you seen my pilot by any chance?
No, I haven't run into anyone else.
Askiam, is that the closest town?
As a matter of fact, it's the only town.
The only one?
Yes, it's where the men of the First Camp regrouped. I was born there, but now I prefer my solitude.
How do I get to Askiam?
You've got to go through the old mine.
Don't tell me you're lost too.
Well, not the same way you are. I need to replace the crystal at the tip of this wand, but I'm too old to hunt this sort of treasure. You find it and bring it to me.
But I have other things to do. I have to get out of here as fast as possible.
Believe me, I'll make it worth your while. Find the crystal, and I'll help you out.
All right, it's a deal. Where do I find this crystal?
In the cave by the camp. You have to polish it like the one on my wand.
Really? And where shall we meet?
You're headed for the city, right? So we'll meet on the way there. I must leave you now, Ariane. I'll be expecting you to show up with the new polished crystal.
Okay, Adam. What an oddball. I'd better have a good look around. This sure is a strange place.
So we need to get hold of a polished crystal and make our way to a city. And what does he mean by a different race, or the first of our race to visit? Is that how people from Iceland refer to all Americans? Now, take a look at how long this bone is right here. Now, it's a few feet away from where we're standing. And this belongs to quite a tall person. We also need to collect some water from here as well. And the only prompt to collect water is in this spot just here. I'm assuming that this is salt water because unless this is a rather large lake, I'm guessing that it's the sea. And you can see it's flowing underneath the walkway just here as well. Now we can go south. And you may be forgiven for thinking that this takes us back to where we started.
A beach in Iceland? It's good to know the territory.
But no, it brings us to this mine shaft right here. And yeah, this looks more like the Caribbean in Iceland to me. Not that I've been to either. It's worth noting that I am playing a later release of this game. The earlier release of this game had some extra puzzles. In this version, some puzzles have been removed, but the remnants still remain. We should have been able to collect some seals from this pile right here, but now we can't. We can only collect this chisel right here. It looks like the wires are broken, so let's repair them while we're here. But the wires are still exposed. For some reason, I cannot repair these just yet, but I can still attach them.
It's too dark to go on.
Yes, this rather well-lit tunnel is too dark to continue onwards. And you may be forgiven for trying to use this lighter.
It's too dark to go on.
But for some reason that trick will no longer work. Alright. Let's head back the way that we came. I don't know why we cannot just follow Adam the way that he left, but for some reason we cannot. What? I know what we're collecting from here, but the hotspot makes no real sense. Okay, yeah. Now I see it. Yeah, unless you know they're there.
Who's buried here? There might be some information in my encyclopedia.
There will be. But yeah, unless you know those objects are there, it's quite hard to actually discover them. So who do we have here? Ivan Platonov, Russian physician, worked on a project developing a strange tasting metal called the Zinzolotrum synthesis. He succeeded in 1856 in his efforts to create an auto-regenerative combustible mix that was able to deliver a power of 1 volt. 1830 to 1864. Died by tragic drowning suicide.
These graves don't say the same thing as the encyclopedia.
No, this says he died in 1872. This headstone, there is engravings on here, but they seem to be illegible. But we can clean it. Now, one of the objects that we picked up from the log in this area was a cloth. Here we have Armand Latafer, 1840 to 1874. This says he died in 1864. French researcher and biologist known for bringing together concerned scientists. His project, the Universal Community, remained unfinished after his disappearance in 1864 in Iceland. Interesting. How did they end up here after their apparent suicide and disappearances. I just remembered why I wasn't able to use the adhesive tape on the wires. We will be going back that way very soon, but for some reason every time you use an object which requires the gloves, you take the gloves off afterwards, which is quite confusing. Right, so to do this puzzle we need the gloves. I had to abandon the recording because nothing seems to be working for me, and now I have just remembered why. Okay, so we have this crystal here, we have a chisel here, but we cannot use the chisel alone. We need to combine it with the fossilized wood. Now we have a crystal, but it is rough. There are some rather strange mechanics in this game as well. We have a contraption here with some bellows, a container, and this little pedestal. And this is how we polish the crystal.
What can I use to polish it?
I was just getting to that. So we need to put something into this container. Again, there's no hints whatsoever. It's one of those games where you just have to do, unfortunately. But to polish this crystal we need to collect some sand. And this sand was not available until we collected the crystal for some weird reason. We can collect other objects before we need them, but not the sands. Alright, sand goes in. Oh. There we go, one polished crystal. And Adam is nowhere to be seen. It's quite strange why we need to keep reusing this glove. I would have assumed we would have kept it on until we removed it ourselves. Okay. Are my gloves on? No, they're not. Adhesive goes on. Awesome. In the original release of this game, there was a puzzle involving seals, which we had to complete in order to open this door. But in this release, the door just opens anyway. I'm guessing there was some clue up here as well, which I'm not sure what language that is in because I cannot see it clearly enough, but it kind of looks French. Maybe this land was inhabited by giants, because look at the size of this guy compared to this guy here. Anyway, let's move on. Well, again, I have not visited Iceland just yet, although I would like to. But from what I understand of Iceland, I don't think they have mushrooms this size. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Mushrooms, unknown species. Well, that's helpful. Thank you very much. Right. We need to move onwards in this rather mysterious land.
Wow, I must be dreaming. This can't be possible.
I wonder if these mushrooms are edible. It would be nice if we had a key to bring up the hotspots on screen. I'm assuming we're heading towards this, but for some reason it's making us go west. Okay. I guess things do not have to make sense.
Who's there?
Hello. I'm Ariane, a photojournalist.
Lieutenant Lenkoff. What can I do for you, miss?
It's a bit strange, but could you tell me where I am?
You're at an army outpost on the inlet, in the Wild Zone. What are you doing here?
I had a fall and woke up on the beach near an old camp.
Are you from the surface?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have to tell my friends what happened. Would you help me, please?
Sorry, lady, but I can't do that sort of thing without authorization from my superiors. I've got other priorities.
Have you seen my pilot?
No, nobody's passed by here in a long time.
I was told that there's a town, Askium, where I might get some help.
That's true. To get there, though, you've got to take the suspension bridge. And I've no idea what condition it's in.
That's a fine mess I'm in. I've got to get out of here. Wow, these mushrooms are... How on earth could they grow this big?
Well, the elders have studied them a great deal, but all I know is that they're sturdy enough to hold our observation post.
So I see, though I doubt anyone will believe my photos. I saw some graves down there. Are any of your ancestors buried on the beach?
Ivan Platonov was my ancestor. He was a great Russian scientist, and a member of the expedition led by Armand Latifier.
Is there a problem?
My mate's injured, and I've got to evacuate him.
What's he got?
A broken leg, apparently. First, we need something to ease his pain.
I've got a chisel. That might help.
What does he need?
He has a fever, and his leg needs to be splinted before he can be moved.
Have him take this pill with water. It'll kill the pain.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to explore the area.
Be back soon.
I've never seen a soldier like him before.
Yeah, there's nothing else that we can interact with on the screen, so let's head back down. I mean, he could at least give us some hints on where to go and where to find things. We're clearly new around here. I have to say, this place does seem rather peaceful. Why running is not a default speed in this game is beyond me. Who in a right mind would want to spend 2 minutes walking across these screens instead of taking, strangely enough, 20 seconds to run across it? Are we stuck? I thought we were stuck for a second. Again, there are no hints or prompts to decide on what to do next, but we have some kind of dried stump here, and we need to use the knife on this stump. I'm guessing the ideal material for splints is wood, but as we can see, there are no trees around here. SOS received 10 p.m. June 5th, 2005. Okay. So we are somewhat in the modern day. Rescue workers are on their way. They will need 2 days to get there. Hang in there, rescue team. Oh. Alright.
Oh, brother, 2 days? Well, in the meantime, I'll try to find out some more about this place. Let's hope I can find a way out of here and my pilot is safe and sound.
There's no point going onwards when we have things to do right here.